Hello and welcome to the daily English news program on Azərbaycan Television with the most important events of the day. I'm your host, Rəsmi. On March 31st, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham made a phone call to President of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin. During the phone conversation, they discussed the situation in the Karabakh region of Azerbaijan. The sides emphasized the importance of consistent implementation of all provisions of the trilateral statements of November 10, 2020, January 11, 2021, and November 26, 2021. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham, received a delegation led by Minister of Foreign Affairs of Poland, OSCE Chairman in Office, Zbigniew Rau.
Very glad to see you. Thank you for coming to Azerbaijan with the opportunity to discuss important issues on our agenda. Of course, as the Chairman of OSCE, to talk about the post-conflict situation in the region, and also bilateral agenda between Poland and Azerbaijan is very broad. And you know that recently I had a telephone conversation with President Andrzej Duda. I have very good memories of a meeting with the President in Warsaw, in Baku, in Davos, and you know that we maintain a regular contact. And the relationship between our countries really is a good demonstration of strong partnership. And also we are grateful to Poland for continuous support in the issues related to our cooperation with the European Union, which now also developed very rapidly, and it has been already announced by EU that there will be a new meeting between the Armenian Prime Minister and myself, organized by President Charles Michel. And I hope that this meeting will be productive, because there have been several meetings already. And we need to move towards peace between Azerbaijan and Armenia, and to sign as soon as possible peace agreement. Azerbaijan submitted basic principles of this agreement, as we see. The conflict has already been settled. Azerbaijan did it itself. And now it's time to settle the relationship between Azerbaijan and Armenia. We received certain messages from Armenian officials, and one of them I was reported recently that they consider our proposal as acceptable. This is a very good news. And I hope that during the meeting in Brussels, there will be more clarification about that. And those 5 principles which we submitted, actually they reflect the international law norms, good international behavior. It's not, as some people say, inventing a bicycle. All these principles are the fundamental principles of interstate relationship between any countries. And I think based on that, on the mutual recognition of territorial integrity and inviolability of international borders, and after that, delimitation of that borders, that will bring peace to the Caucasus. And we want that. We see that there is a potential of active cooperation in the Southern Caucasus between 3 Southern Caucasian countries. And I think that will be important not only for these countries, but also for the broader region. Of course, all these issues need to be addressed very carefully and on time, and I'm very glad to have this opportunity to talk about this and other important issues with you.
President Ilham Aliyev noted that during the 30 years of occupation, the Armenians committed atrocities in the Azerbaijani lands, destroyed historical, religious, cultural sites and other buildings. The head of state said that the biggest problem facing the country in the liberated territories was the mines planted by the Armenians. The head of state also informed OSCE Chairman in Office Zbigniew Rau that 4,000 Azerbaijanis had been missing since the first Armenia-Azerbaijan war. Polish Foreign Minister, OSCE Chairman in Office Zbigniew Rau said he was impressed by the beauty of Baku Zbigniew Rau expresses hope that the relations between Azerbaijan and Armenia would return to normal, noting that the current state leading to a settlement seemed very optimistic. The OSCE chairman in office said that those processes were very gratifying for the Caucasus region as well as for Central and Eastern Europe as they created new opportunities for the future. The guest stressed that Azerbaijan had now become one of the main transport and logistical centers in the region. Noting the successful development of bilateral relations between Azerbaijan and Poland, Zbigniew Rau stressed that a meeting of the Intergovernmental Commission would be held in the coming months to expand economic and trade relations. Zbigniew Rau said Polish companies were also interested in the reconstruction work in the liberated territories of Azerbaijan. Other issues of mutual interest were also discussed at the meeting.
104 years have passed since a genocide committed by Armenian nationalists against our people in 1918. The massacre of Azerbaijanis in the 20th century was carried out throughout 1905-1907 in Baku, Nakhchivan, Zengezur, Yerevan and other historical lands of Azerbaijan. From December 1917 to March 1918, the Dashnak Armenian forces destroyed 197 Azerbaijani villages, killing part of population and expelling others. The policy of genocide against Azerbaijanis is not limited to Baku. On March 31st, Armenian Dashnaks killed 8,027 Azerbaijanis, including 2,560 women and 1,277 children in 53 villages of Shamakhy district. The number of innocent Azerbaijanis killed in 182 villages of Guba exceeded 16,000. Armenian Dashnaks set fire to thousands of villages in Lenkaran, Mugan region and Karabakh, killing tens of thousands of people. Also, the history was erased from the memory during the Soviet era on the basis of historical documents. During the period of independence, numerous researches were conducted on the tragic events that befell the Azerbaijani people on March 31st, 1918. On March 26, 1998, national leader Heydar Aliyev signed a decree on the genocide of Azerbaijanis. From that day, March 31st is marked as a day of genocide of Azerbaijanis. On this day, events, commemorative ceremonies and conferences are held in various countries around the world. First Vice President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Mehriban Aliyeva, has made a post on her official Instagram page on March 31st, the day of genocide of Azerbaijanis. The post says, "The people of Azerbaijan will never forget the tragedies which our innocent compatriots were killed. We will always protect the truth about those horrific events from attempts to distort it. I commemorate with deep reverence the bright memory of the victims of the genocide committed against Azerbaijanis in March 1918. May God have mercy on all our martyrs." The OSCE is ready to contribute to the advancement of peace process between Azerbaijan and Armenia. The organization wants lasting security and peace in the South Caucasus. The OSCE chairperson in office, Polish Foreign Minister Zbigniew Rau, made the statement in a press conference following his meetings in Baku. He said that they were working on opportunities to increase cooperation with Azerbaijan at various levels.
A month ago, Azerbaijan made a new proposal on the process of normalization of relations with Armenia. The opposite side was presented with 5 basic principles, and Azerbaijan was waiting for a concrete answer in this regard. In recent days, Armenia has been sending positive messages on various platforms. Of course, we see them and would like to assume that it is a manifestation of Armenia's serious approach to this issue. This is not part of the next information campaign, but a more serious step. The OSCE wants to ensure long-term lasting peace in the South Caucasus and encourages all peace efforts. The organization also supports the determination of the fate of the missing people, demarcation, protection of historical and cultural monuments. We are trying to expand cooperation with Azerbaijan at various levels. The security issue in the region remains fragile and the OSCE is concerned. The OSCE is committed to contributing to the peace process between Armenia and Azerbaijan. We are ready to contribute to the establishment of a lasting peace agreement and dialogue. Our main goal is to contribute to a long-term lasting peace. Azerbaijan has signed strategic partnership agreements with 9 EU countries. The newly drafted EU-Azerbaijan agreement in the format of mutually beneficial and equal cooperation is expected to be completed soon. Poland, one of the strategic partner countries, has simplified the rules for crossing the border for the safe evacuation of our citizens due to the situation in Ukraine. About 20,000 citizens of the Republic of Azerbaijan, our compatriots, had to leave the country. I would like to note that about 4,000 of our citizens and compatriots left Ukraine through the Polish border. The 8th meeting of the Azerbaijani-Polish Intergovernmental Economic Commission will be held in the second half of this year. An agreement was reached to reopen flights on the Warsaw-Baku route in May.
There are pages full of tragedies and massacres in the history of every nation, but people only move forward with confidence in the future, become powerful when they are not indifferent to historical events and can draw conclusions from tragedies. These views were voiced at a roundtable on terror versus multiculturalism dedicated to March 31st, the day of the genocide of Azerbaijanis. During the event held at the Baku International Multiculturalism Center with the participation of representatives of various religious and national communities, scientists and students, the speakers dealt on the policy on the of genocide and aggression committed by Armenians against our people throughout history. That was all for today. Thank you for being with us and see you next time.